Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Today we will make this beautiful hexagonal tessellated doily. It is a 3-round pattern repeat, so you can make a very small coaster or a medium-sized doily or even a bedspread. Here's the pattern, and we will also add a 3-round border. I made that 3-round pattern repeat 7 times, so my doily measures 28 by 32 inches. I used a little bit less of 1 skein of the Super Saver ombre yarn from Red Heart. The color is Jazzy Fuchsia. Here's the yarn information, and I also used a little bit of a smaller hook than suggested. I used a newest size 8 or 5mm hook. Let's start round 1 with a magic ring, and we will make 12 double crochet into the magic ring. Place the end of the yarn in your open hand and then wrap around your 2 fingers like an X. Turn your hand over, go underneath the right loop and pull the left loop through, and it looks a little bit like a pretzel. Then make a chain and pull tight. Then make 3 chains for the double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and make 11 more double crochet into the ring, so around that loose end and around the ring, around both pieces of yarn. So together with a chain of 3, we will have 12 double crochet into the ring. And if you like, you can pull the ring a little bit tighter at this point. I find it easier to crochet into it when it is not so big. Now we have our 12 doubles into the ring. You can pull it tight. And then here's our chain that we made in the very beginning. That's very tight, very small. Count 3 more chains. 1, 2, 3, and into that chain next to the double, make a slip stitch, and we can start round 2. Round 2 is in blue, and we will make 6 V-stitches with a chain of 2 in between, and that yellow line is our starting point. Chain 3 for the first double crochet, then chain 2 more for the chain space. Skip the second double, go into the third double and make a V-stitch. Into the third double, make a double crochet, 2 chains, and a double crochet into the same stitch. And that's our first V-stitch. Chain 2 and repeat. Skip 1 and into the next double make the V-stitch with a double, 2 chains, and a double. Chain 2, skip 1, make the V-stitch with a double, 2 chains, and a double. Chain 2, skip 1, make the V-stitch, double, 2 chains, and a double. Chain 2, skip 1, make the V-stitch. Chain 2, and now here we have the left leg, and we have to make the right leg to complete the V-stitch. Go into that third chain, so skip over the double, go into the third chain where you previously made the slip stitch, and make a double crochet. Chain 2 and make a slip stitch into the third chain, and then count 1, 2, 3 chains from the left and make my slip stitch into the third chain, and now we have 6 V-stitches with a chain of 2 in between. Round 3 is in green. We will make 12 V-stitches or 6 little W's, and in between those W's we will make a chain of 2, and the yellow line is our starting point again. Chain 3 for the double, and chain 2 more for the chain space. Go to your next V-stitch and make a V-stitch into the first double crochet with a double, 2 chains, and a double. Then go to the second double crochet and also make a V-stitch with a double, 2 chains, and a double. Now when we go to the next V-stitch of the previous round, we always chain 2, 1 and 2, and then repeat. Make a V-stitch into the first double with a double, 2 chains, and a double, and make a V-stitch into the second double with a double, 2 chains, and a double. Then when you go to the next V-stitch, again we have to chain 2, 1 and 2, and now you can repeat until the end of the round. Make a V-stitch into the first double and into the second double, and when you move to the next V-stitch of the previous round, chain 2. Finish the round with a V-stitch into the first double crochet. Now we have to finish our first V-stitch. Yarn over and make the double into the third chain of the previous round. Chain 2, count 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and make the slip stitch. And now we have 6 W's with a chain of 2 in between, or 12 V-stitches. Let's start round 1 again. Round 1 is in red. We will make all of the corner spaces with a chain of 8, and we will make 6 groups with those little squares with double crochet and chain 2, and we will start again where the yellow line is. Chain 3 for the double crochet, then chain 8 for the corner space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to your next 2 V-stitches, make a double into the first double. Chain 2, then go in between your 2 V-stitches, right between the 2 posts, underneath the stitch, and make a double. Chain 2, then go to your second V-stitch. So here was the first V-stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into that 4th double crochet and make a double. So we have our 2 squares. Chain 8 again for the corner space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then repeat the 2 squares. Go to your next 2 V-stitches into the first double crochet, make a double. Chain 2. Go in between the 2 V-stitches underneath the double crochet in between the posts, make the double, chain 2, and then into the second V-stitch, 1, 2, into the second double, make the double, and repeat, chain 8 for the corner, and make the 2 squares, make a double into the first double, chain 2, make a double in between the 2 V-stitches, chain 2, and make a double into the second V-stitch into the second double, and repeat that pattern until the end of the round. Finish the round with a double into the first double, chain 2, make the double in between the last 2 V-stitches, chain 2, and make a slip stitch into the third chain, 1, 2, 3, make a slip stitch into the third chain, and then make 3 more slip stitches into the next 3 chains. Go into the next chain, make the first slip stitch, the second slip stitch into the next chain, and the third slip stitch into the next chain. And now we can start round 2. Round 2 is the blue round. We will make V-stitches into our 8 chain corner spaces, and we will double crochet 2 together to make those little M shapes. Make a chain of 3 for the double crochet, then chain 2 more for the chain space. Skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the third chain, make the V-stitch. Make a double, 2 chains and a double into the third chain. Chain 2, skip 2 chains, 1 and 2, and then go into the double crochet and make a double, but don't finish it, leave 2 loops on the hook. Go into the second double and make a double, but don't finish it, leave 3 loops on the hook, pull through all 3 loops and chain 2. Then go again into the second double and make an unfinished double, leave 2 loops on the hook, go into the third double and don't finish the double, leave 3 loops on the hook, pull through all 3 loops, chain 2, and we have our little M shape. Go to your chain and make sure it's not twisted up, and skip the first 2 chains, 1, 2, and make your V-stitch into the third chain, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet into the third chain, chain 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and again into the third chain, make the V-stitch, double, 2 chains, and a double. Chain 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, make the unfinished double into the first double, leave 2 loops, make the unfinished double into the second double, leave 3 loops, pull through 3, chain 2, make the unfinished double into the second double again, leave 2 loops, make an unfinished double into the third double, leave 3 loops, pull through all 3 loops, chain 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, make a V-stitch into the third chain, chain 2, skip 1, 2, and make a V-stitch into the third chain. Chain 2, skip the 2 chains, double crochet the first and the second double together, leave 2 loops, leave 3 loops, chain 2, double crochet the second double together with the third, leave 2 loops, leave 3 loops, chain 2. Repeat this pattern until the end of the round. Make a V-stitch into the third chain, chain 2, make a V-stitch into the sixth chain, chain 2, double crochet 2 together into the first double and the second double, chain 2, then double crochet 2 together again into the second double and the third double, chain 2, and we will finish this round together. Finish the round with a chain of 2, then go into the first out of the 3 doubles, make the unfinished double, make the second unfinished double into the second double and crochet them together, chain 2 and then double crochet 2 together, make the double into the second double, and then here's the chain of 3, go into the third chain underneath everything, underneath all the slip stitches. It's a little bulky, but you won't be able to see that stitch when we're finished. Pull through the 2 loops, then pull through 3, and now we have that M stitch, chain 2, and we have to finish our first triangle. And we do it the same way again, go into that third stitch, 1, 2, 3 into the third chain underneath everything, and make the double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch into the third chain, and I count from the left, 1, 2, 3 into the third chain, and that's round 2, and now we can start round 3. Round 3 is the green round. In the corners we will make 4 V-stitches. They look like 2 W's, and on the 6 sides we will double crochet 2 together. Chain 3 for the first double crochet, chain 2 more for the chain space, move to the next V-stitch, make a V-stitch into the first double crochet, and make a V-stitch into the second double crochet. Chain 2. Then go to your upside down V-stitches, they look like an M. Yarn over, go underneath those 3 pieces of yarn in between the 2 posts, and make an unfinished double, leave 2 loops on the hook, go between the third and the fourth post, underneath those pieces of yarn again in between the 2 posts, pull through 2 loops and through 3 loops, chain 2, and we have our upside down V-stitch those 2 doubles together. And now we can make our 4 V-stitches again, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 4 doubles. Make a V-stitch into the first double, make a V-stitch into the second double, and remember when we move to the next V-stitch of the previous round we chain 2. Again make the V-stitch into the first double, make the V-stitch into the second double, and chain 2. And now we will double crochet 2 together again, go in between the posts of the first and the second double that we crocheted together, make your unfinished double, leave 2 loops on the hook, and make an unfinished double in between the third and the fourth posts, in between the posts, pull through 2 loops and through 3, chain 2, and now we can repeat. Make the 4 V-stitches into the 4 doubles, 1 V-stitch, 2 V-stitches, chain 2, make 2 more V-stitches into the next 2 doubles, 1 V-stitch and 2 V-stitches, chain 2, double crochet 2 together, go in between the first and the second post, and in between the third and the fourth post, and double crochet 2 together. Chain 2, and now you can repeat until the end of the round. Make a V-stitch into the first double, make a V-stitch into the second double, chain 2, make a V-stitch into the third double, and a V-stitch into the fourth double. Chain 2, double crochet 2 together in between the first and the second double, and the third and the fourth double, and chain 2. Finish round 3 with a V-stitch into the first double, make a double into the third chain to complete our first V-stitch. Chain 2, make a slip stitch into the 1, 2, 3 into the third chain, and now we can start round 1 again. The next 3 rounds, round 1, 2, and 3, are the rounds you can repeat over and over until your doily is big enough. Let's look at round 1 again, where we make the 2 squares. We made them 1 time. Now we will make them 2 times, 1, 2, with a chain of 5 in between, and into the corners we will make the chain of 8 again. We are starting our pattern in the corner. Chain 3 for the double crochet, and because we're in the corner we have to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to the next V-stitch into the first double, make a double, chain 2, go in between the 2 V-stitches, in between the 2 posts, make a double, chain 2, make a double into the fourth double. And now we're on the side. On the side we chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the 2 doubles together, go into the first double, make a double, chain 2, go in between the 2 V-stitches, make a double, chain 2, go into the fourth double and make a double. Now we're at the corner again. We chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're on the other side of the corner. Go into the first double, make the double, chain 2, go in between the 2 V-stitches, make a double, chain 2, go into the fourth double and make a double. Now we're on the side again. We chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over the 2 doubles together. Make the 2 little squares. Make the double into the first double, chain 2, make a double in between the 2 V-stitches, chain 2, and make a double into the fourth double. Now you can repeat until the end of the round. Chain 8 on the corner, double into the first double, chain 2, double in between the V-stitches, chain 2, double into the fourth double. On the side, chain 5, skip over the 2 doubles together, double into the first double, chain 2, double in between the V-stitches, chain 2, double into the fourth double. Finish round 1 with a double into the first double, chain 2, make a double in between the 2 V-stitches and chain 2. Then make a slip stitch into the third chain, 1, 2, 3. Make 3 more slip stitches into the next 3 chains. 1, 2, and 3. And now we can start round 2. Round 2 is the blue round. We previously made 1 M-stitch. Now we will make 2 M-stitches, 1 and 2, with a V-stitch in between, and into the corners we will make 2 V-stitches. Start round 2 with a chain of 3 for the first double crochet, chain 2 more for the chain space, skip 2 chains and make a V-stitch into the third chain. Chain 2, skip 2 chains, 1 and 2, go into the first double and into the second double and double crochet 2 together. chain 2, go into the second double again and into the third double and double crochet 2 together. Chain 2, and now here's our chain of 5 on the side of the hexagon. Skip 2 chains and into the third chain make a V-stitch. Chain 2, skip 2 chains and double crochet 2 together again. Go into the first double and into the second double and double crochet 2 together. Chain 2, go into the second double and into the third double crochet 2 together. Chain 2, and now we're at our corner space. Skip 2 chains, make a V-stitch into the third chain, chain 2, skip 2 chains and make again a V-stitch into the third chain. So in the corner where we have the 8 chains, we will make 2 V-stitches, and on the side of the hexagon where we have 5 chains, we will make only 1 V-stitch. Chain 2, skip 2 chains and double crochet 2 together into the first and second double. Chain 2, double crochet 2 together into the second and into the third double. Chain 2, skip 2 chains, make a V-stitch into the third chain. Chain 2, double crochet 2 together into the first and into the second double. Chain 2, double crochet 2 together again into the second and into the third double. And chain 2. Make a V-stitch into the third chain, chain 2, make a V-stitch into the sixth chain, chain 2, go into the first and second double crochet 2 together, chain 2, go into the second and third double crochet 2 together, chain 2, make a V-stitch into the third chain, chain 2, go into the first and second double crochet 2 together, chain 2, go into the second double and into the third double crochet 2 together, and chain 2. Finish the round, go into the first and into the second double and double crochet 2 together. Chain 2, go into the second and into the third double, and the third double is our chain of 3. Go into the third chain underneath the slip stitch again and double crochet 2 together. Chain 2. And we have to finish our V-stitch. Go into the third chain underneath the slip stitch, make a double crochet, chain 2 and make a slip stitch into the third chain. And this is how the doily looks after round 2. Let's start round 3. Into all of the 6 corners we make the 2 W's with the 4 V-stitches, and on the side we double crochet 2 together, 2 times, and in between we make also that little W with 2 V-stitches. Chain 3 for the first double crochet and chain 2 more for the chain space. Then make 2 V-stitches, the first one into the first double and the second one into the second double. Chain 2, then go to your M stitch, double crochet 2 together between the first and the second post and between the third and the fourth post. Double crochet 2 together, chain 2. We have that upside down V-stitch, and now make 2 V-stitches into the next 2 doubles. 1 V-stitch into the first double and 1 V-stitch into the second double. Chain 2 and repeat the 2 doubles together. Go between the first and the second post and the third and the fourth post and double crochet 2 together. Chain 2. And now we have 2 V-stitches in the corner. That's 4 doubles. Let's make 4 V-stitches into the 4 doubles. Make a V-stitch into the first double. Make a V-stitch into the second double. Chain 2. Make a V-stitch into the third double and make a V-stitch into the 4th double. And chain 2. Then double crochet 2 together again, go between the 1st and the 2nd post, and in between the 3rd and the 4th post, double crochet 2 together, chain 2. Make 2 V-stitches into the 1st and the 2nd double, 1 V-stitch, and the 2nd V-stitch, chain 2, double crochet 2 together, go in between the 1st and the 2nd post, and in between the 3rd and the 4th post, double crochet 2 together, chain 2, and here's our corner again. And now you can repeat that pattern until the end of the round. Make a V-stitch into the 1st double and into the 2nd double, chain 2, make a V-stitch into the 3rd double and into the 4th double, chain 2, double crochet 2 together in between the 1st and 2nd double and in between the 3rd and the 4th double, chain 2, make 2 V-stitches, the first one into the 1st double and the 2nd one into the 2nd double, chain 2, double crochet 2 together in between the 1st and the 2nd double and the 3rd and the 4th double, and chain 2. Finish the round with a V-stitch into the 1st double, make a double into the 3rd chain, chain 2, and make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. And now you can repeat round 1, 2, and 3 until your doily is as big as you like. Let's start round 1 again, which is the red round. Chain 11 to start. Then make a double, 2 chains, a double, 2 chains and a double 3 times, 1, 2, 3, in between chain 5, and into the corners make a chain of 8. Finish round 1 with a chain of 2, make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain, then make 3 slip stitches into the next 3 chains and start round 2. Start round 2, that's the blue round. Chain 5, make a V-stitch into the 3rd chain, chain 2, then make 3 M stitches with 2 doubles together, chain 2, 2 doubles together, chain 2, into the side chain spaces of 5, make the V-stitch into the 3rd chain and chain 2. Into the corner, make the V-stitch into the 3rd chain and into the 6th chain with a chain 2 in between. Finish round 2 with an M stitch, chain 2, make a double into the 3rd chain, chain 2, make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain and start round 3, our green round. Chain 5, make 2 V-stitches and chain 2, then double crochet 2 together and make a chain of 2 and do that 3 times, 1, 2, 3 times. Then make 2 V-stitches with a chain of 2 and do that 2 times, 1 and 2, and into all of the corners make 2 V-stitches, a chain of 2, 2 V-stitches and a chain of 2. Finish round 3 with a V-stitch and then make your last double crochet into the 3rd chain, chain 2 and make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Repeat round 1, 2 and 3 to make the doily as big as you like, and let's add a 3 round border. Finish round 3 with only 1 chain and make a half double crochet into the 3rd chain. And start a new round. Chain 1, make a single crochet into the chain space. Chain 3, go to the next chain space of 2 and make a single crochet. Chain 3, go to the next chain space of 2 and make a single crochet. Chain 3, then skip over the 2 doubles together and go into the next chain space of 2, make a single crochet, chain 3. So in this round we only make single crochet into all of the chain spaces of 2 with a chain 3 in between, and we skip over the 2 doubles together, go into all of the chain spaces of 2, make a single crochet and chain 3. Finish the round with a chain of 3 and make a slip stitch into the single crochet and a slip stitch into the chain space and start the new round. Chain 1 and make a single crochet into the chain space. Go to the next chain space and make 5 doubles into the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go to the next chain space and make a single crochet. Make 5 doubles into the next chain space. And make a single crochet into the next chain space, and we finished our first corner. Now we work along the side. On the side we make only 3 doubles. Go to the next chain space and make 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Make a single into the next chain space and make 3 doubles into the next chain space, and repeat that pattern until you get to the next corner. Then when you get to your corners, make 5 doubles, a single crochet, 5 doubles, a single crochet, and 5 doubles into the corner spaces. So we have 3 clusters with 5 doubles, and our corner doesn't roll up. On the sides again, make 3 doubles, a single, 3 doubles, a single. And then when you get to the end of the round, we have 1 more chain space left, and make also 5 doubles into that. So we have the 5 doubles 3 times, 1, 2, 3, with a single crochet in between. Let's start our last round. Go into the single crochet, but into the back loop. Here's the front loop. Go into the back loop of the single crochet and make a slip stitch. Single crochet into the back loop of the first double and into the back loop of the second double, and single crochet into the back loop of the third double. Chain 3 and make a slip stitch into the single crochet. Grab those 2 pieces of yarn and then pull through all 3 loops. That's our picot. Single crochet into the back loop of the fourth double and into the back loop of the fifth double. Slip stitch into the back loop of the single crochet, then single crochet into the back loop of the first double and the back loop of the second double and the back loop of the third double. Chain 3, make the picot, make the slip stitch picot through the single crochet, pull through all 3 pieces of yarn, single crochet into the back loop of the fourth double and the fifth double. And now we repeat the same pattern but with the 3 doubles. Slip stitch into the back loop of the single crochet into the back loop of the first double and into the back loop of the second double, and now we have to make the picot into the second double. Chain 3, make the slip stitch picot and single crochet into the back loop of the third double. Now you can repeat the pattern. Slip stitch into the back loop of the single crochet, make a single into the back loop of the first double and into the back loop of the second double, chain 3 and make the slip stitch picot and single crochet into the back loop of the third double. So where we have 5 doubles, we make the picot into the third double, and where we have 3 doubles, we make the picot into the second double. Finish your last round with a single crochet into the back loop of the fourth and the fifth double, then you can cut your yarn and pull it out and thread a needle. Then skip over the slip stitch and go into the back loop of the first single crochet, then top down into that last single crochet through the back loop and the back bump, and then you can sew on your loose end. And now our doily is complete. I hope you enjoyed making it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.